welcome back to my channel. My name is Lilian and this is Engineering Life with Lilian Judy. First of all, I just want to say happy Women's History Month to all the amazing women out there. A special shout out to two of my role models, Serena Williams and Michelle Obama. Trailblazers. I love them. If you have the plug, please, I want to meet them. I just want to say hi, But I just really adore Michelle Obama and Serena Williams because they just constantly motivate me, constantly remind me of all that we can achieve as women, as Black women. And so if you're a woman, enjoy this month. Key into learning more about what you can do, how you can become a better version of yourself. So let's go right into today's video. So today I wanted to delve deeper into what my degree entails. I've had a lot of people send me DMs on Instagram asking me, what is plastics engineering and what do I do? So basically, plastics engineering, it's a type of engineering that focuses on the design, the testing, manufacturing of all plastics products. And you may be wondering what exactly a plastic product is. Just look around you. There's a part of, there's a plastic in whatever it is that's around you, like your phones, your phone cases, even my camera up here, almost everything up here has a plastic in it. Clothes have plastics, the plastic bottles, which are the obvious ones, and I have my iPad here, and the case has is made of plastic or a type of polymer. So basically in school, you go through the entire process, the entire life cycle of a plastic. So they teach you more about plastics materials, and then they teach us how to test the materials for to see the hardness of a material, to see the tensile strength of a material. And all this helps us to kind of evaluate which type of material is good for which type of application. Plastics can also be used in the aerospace industry, the planes have plastics materials in them inside and outside. So plastics are everywhere, and so it's a very versatile material that cuts across board and can be used for so many things. And in school, we take classes you take the normal chemistry, physics, and all that, but then there's plastic specific classes are polymer materials. We take design classes, we take processing classes, which is the bulk. I think you have a processing lab every semester, I believe. No, every year. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we have processing, we have design, we have we also have classes mechanical behavior of polymers. So basically every class is to help you understand better how plastics work, basically. And then one thing I really love about my school, shout out to my school, #1 school with an ABES accredited plastics engineering program. So yeah, if you're trying to, get the best of the best, shout out to UMass Lowell. That's the school I went to, and the plastics program is amazing. I love it. You learn a lot. It's very, very hands-on. For those who don't know, I transitioned from chemical engineering to plastics engineering, and that was mainly because chemical engineering felt a bit abstract for me. And I'm not coming for anybody who's studying chemical engineering. No, chemical engineering is also a very amazing type of engineering to study, but for me, I think it was just way too abstract for me, and I found it hard to grasp the concepts and stuff like that. Whereas in plastics, it was much more easier because I think I'm a visual learner, so it was easier for me to see what I was doing. I can go to class and learn about how to injection mold a part, and then I can go to lab and I actually see it. So it helps me fully understand what is being taught. And I think that was one part that I totally loved. And also there are different ways to process plastics, and but the most, I think 80% of durable plastic products are made from injection molding. And that's basically it's a type of process, it's a type of way to process plastics. So basically what you do is, they're called pellets, and so they go through a feeding chamber, and then the plastic is melted, and then the plastic is then shot into a mold. And molds can be made of different types of materials like aluminum, steel, but then those molds are cut in the form of the shape of whatever part you're making. So then the plastic then is shot into the mold, and then it's held for a while, and then it's cooled down, and then the part comes out. So it's a fairly common processing technique that's used to make like a lot of durable plastic parts. And there's also extrusion, there's compression molding, there's rotational molding, there's extrusion. So there are different ways to process plastics, and it's based on the type of parts that it is. And also in school, I think my favorite part was being able to, at the end of your program, you have like this class, at the end of your design class, we kind of come together, form a team, and then the team comes up with an idea of a plastic parts that you want to make. And obviously there are limitations to how big or small the parts should be, but you make a part. It can be anything from, I don't know, a coaster, which is one of the things I made, but I actually use it in the office right now. You can make a coaster, you can make a fidget spinner, you can make like random things. And so you guys can come up with it. You can say, okay, I'm going to make like a sharpener. I'm going to make like, I don't know, a straw. It can be anything, but obviously like you can't make a straw because that's too simple, you know? So basically you as the team kind of come together and design the parts. You guys decide what you want to do. You have to design it in SolidWorks, and then you have to do like a mold flow simulation, which will kind of show how the plastic material will flow through the mold, and, you know, figure out like what issues you have depending on what material you use. So you get to pick the material as well, and then you get to cut the mold yourselves into the shape you're going to make. And so it gives you like the full cycle. So it makes you feel like, oh gosh, like I'm actually out here in the industry doing the damn thing. So I really love that because it kind of brings everything to life, and it's kind of like it brings everything full circle as well. And some people ask me like, what exactly can you do as a plastics engineer? So there's so many different roles or titles or job titles that you can have when you graduate. You can be a plastics process engineer, which is more hands-on. You're on the floor, you're, you know, figuring out, making sure that the processes run smoothly, troubleshooting. You can also be a quality engineer. You can be a research and development engineer. You can be a design engineer, where most of your work would be on the computer designing the plastic parts that are going to be used. And then you can be a manufacturing engineer. Like there's so many things you can do. So like the world is literally your oyster. You just have to decide, okay, what field do I want to go into? And I think I mentioned this earlier, like in plastics, you can work from like the aerospace industry, you can work in the electronics industry, you can work in consumer packaging, you can work in medical, where you make like medical devices, like most of the surgical tools, you know, the staplers. That's like the one example I like using. I don't know why, because I've seen it. I saw it at a job interview before, but I've never really like seen it in action. I mean, well, guys, I watch and I love Grey's Anatomy, so when I see them use it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know how they made this. So basically, yeah, you can go into any field you want. You can go into, you know, the food industry. You can make like food containers. I actually worked with a company where I worked in packaging, and we worked with a lot of food containers, and it was really fun. Like some of the testing we were doing were like amazing. I think I need to talk about that like in a different episode. But if you have like a specific area that you want to go into, you can always do research and see what kind of roles that you would be in once you graduate. Yeah, so I hope you guys have learned a bit about my degree. And if you have any questions, feel free to, you know, drop a question below. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with anyone who's considering plastics engineering, or anybody who just wants to learn about it.